Moi kaikki, that's Finnish and means hi everyone. I'm Hanna and this is my podcast called Hanna from Sheep's Alley. I'm coming to you from Kuopio, Finland at Sheep's Alley. Today is Friday, I have to check, February 28th, and it's around 1:30, 2 p.m. and I'm having a day off, so I thought that it would be a great time to podcast, which I'm doing now. So welcome. And I'll start with finished objects. I'll start with the first one, which is huge. How am I going to be able to show it to you? This is hubby's crocheted blanket. It's big. Oh. And then the close-ups, so that you know how I did this. I just used double thread with leftovers, which I had, and one skein merino sock yarns. Different colors, mainly using teal, green, blue, then some orange and yellow. And I knitted with, I think it was 5mm crochet hook, double thread and single crochets. I knit usually with American crochet terms, so single crochet stitches. I haven't measured it how big this is, but it weighs 2.5 kilos. So it's a heavy, fun looking blanket. We call this type of crochet look räsymatto, which I love quite a lot. This is the other end. There is more blue at this end, but hubby likes it. And I started crocheting this, I think it was in October, and I just crocheted and crocheted and crocheted, and I think I finished it about maybe 3 weeks ago. And I have to tell you that my hand was aching after that, but I'm glad it's finished. So that's the first. I also knit hubby a scarf, but he's traveling and he's wearing the scarf, so I can't show it to you, but I can show you. I call this a sample piece, because actually what I did was I just cast on, as I wrote there, 500 stitches, and I knit the scarf sideways, starting with, actually this time I did, what is the cast on where you, I have asked this like 2 episodes ago, not invisible cast on, the one where you cast on stitches, you knit, and then you collect the stitches. See, I know the word, but I just can't remember it now. You know, and I know which cast on I mean. Anyway, I used that cast on and I knit here and did the I-cord bind off, and then I knit that section and made another I-cord bind off, and then I had fringe on both edges. But it was too long. Hubby said that he doesn't want his scarf that long. So what I did, I just collected stitches and cut it, and then made another fringe and used this piece as a sample piece. So that's hubby's scarf. But he likes it and he's wearing it. Have I showed this? This is my knitting notebook. So it has socks. It will have socks and hats and other stuff. My notebook, because I never remember how many stitches I cast on which needles I used. But I haven't, this garment section is still empty. But anyway, that's a nice new notebook I have. Then knit and fit shorties. I wanted to knit shorty socks. And the inspiration came from this pair, which I knit maybe either 2 or 3 summers ago. I have worn these a lot. So this kind of sock pattern, some garter ridges and cable pattern and colorful garter heel, and then a few more garter stitch short rows. And I've worn these a lot, and I decided that okay, I want to knit a new pair, similar looking but still a bit different. And I knit these, and I have to apologize, I have worn these already, but they look like this. Knit and fit shorties is the pattern. It's free on Ravelry. This is very simple cable pattern. A few garter stitch colorful rows, and then garter stitch short row heel, and this cute little edge. I used for these socks, this is Tuscan knits leftovers, which I knit hubby a pair of socks, and I used Tuscan knits merino mohair sock yarn, and this is the leftover of that. And then this lighter pink, very pale pink, this pinkish magenta color, and oh yes, and then they look similar, but that stripe there is actually white, and that white is Regia yarn, Regia sock yarn, just basic sock yarn. And then the two pinkish and magenta-ish colors, they are from Lottie Knits Advent Calendar mini skeins from last Christmas. So this is free on Ravelry. Go check it out if you like to knit and wear shorty socks. Then I have another pair, actually 2 pairs of socks, another design. These will be also free, but I'm able to release the pattern, if I'm lucky, hopefully by the end of next weekend. So not later than during the 2nd week of March. And these are called Banjo, or Banjo as we say, Banjo socks. This is the first pair. They look like this. There's this little banjo, and there's another one slightly tinier banjo circle, and this little broken rib thingy running from the bigger banjo to the smaller banjo, and garter stitch short row heel. That knit and fit shorties which I showed you, that is so easy that there is only one size available. But this banjo socks, they will have 2 sizes. This is the bigger one which I knit also. There's another pair. These are also the bigger size, but the difference is that you cast on 64 stitches here. You make the banjo, then you increase a total of 4 stitches somewhere around here, and another 4 stitches somewhere around here just before you start the heel. Then you make the heel, and here you can see the decreases. So you decrease those increases off, and you have again about 64, well, you have 64 stitches about somewhere here where you have finished the decreases. So these banjo socks, they will be free on Ravelry within 2 weeks. And I used for these socks this actually an accidental design thing. We were having a knitting meeting at Kässäkerho Pom Pom in January. I don't even remember when it was. But Maija said that Liinu is having these new sock sets. One's a full skein of BFL sock yarn, like this pair here. This is the main color, BFL sock. So that's the main which I used. Minttu Pehmis is the name in Finnish. And then the purple yarn is this one, and it's called Munakoiso. So Maija said that Liinu is having these new sock sets, and would anyone would like to just knit one sample of socks, and they will give the yarn, and you can knit whatever kind of sock you want. And I think I asked Maija that can I do a garter stitch heel, because I like that kind of heel, and Maija said you can do whatever you want. So she gave me the yarns and I started knitting. I made the toe, this toe, and then I started knitting and thought that okay, one stripe would be fun, and my plan was to just knit plain stockinette sock. But I thought that no, that's too boring. I'll just make this broken rib thingy which I have here, that I will only make that. But by the end I was somewhere around here before the banjo. I thought that no, that's boring. I want to try something else, and I made that, and I thought okay, that's enough. I'll just knit this section. And after I finished making the heel, I continued knitting and thought that that's boring. Let's make another banjo before the cuff. And that's how I designed it. And then I think it was like 3 weeks after that, after I have given the sample to Maija to have it in Kässäkerho Pom Pom, I think it was Anu who said that oh, she likes the sock and she would like to knit a pair. And I thought okay, maybe I should write a pattern of it. It's not very hard. Well, it's kind of difficult and takes lots of time, but anyway, I said okay, I'll write the pattern, would you like to test knit? And then Anu said yes, I would, and I actually had 3 test knitters, and after they have given me very good information and ideas what to do with the pattern to make it even better than what it is. So after I have finalized it and taken photos, I'm able to release the banjo socks pattern, which are these. So, accidental design thingy. There, and then Hana wrap. I started knitting this wrap, I think it was last September, I think. And I just thought that I had 2 skeins of blue yarn. I'll show you the ones which I had. This is Louhittaren luola in colorway Muste. And then I had this skein, Beef Sugar yarns. And I thought that okay, I'm just going to knit 2 color stripy shawl, asymmetric triangle, which I like quite a lot. And I started knitting that type of shawl or wrap, and I was only going to do or knit these stripes. But I went through my stash and found a leftover piece of Dingo Dye Works yarn, single ply, and I thought that it would be fun to have something else with the stripes. And I took one of my stitch Bibles or stitch dictionaries, and I found that pretty looking lace motif, and I knit it with the Dingo Dye Works and ended the shawl with a few stripes, and those are not because they are actually, I call them mini fringe. And then I posted a photo of me wearing this wrap, and lots of people liked it. So I thought that maybe I should write a pattern of it, and I thought that I will call it Hanna wrap, or Hanna wrap, or Hana wrap, however you want to pronounce it, because it has stripes, which I love. It has blue color, which I love. It has simple lace. See, I like lace, but I don't like too lacy lace. And there's also a tassel. As you know, I like tassels. So Hanna wrap will be the name of it. And I already have 3 yarn skeins for that pattern, but I'm not going to knit this. See, I want to finish other projects first. But maybe I'm able to start knitting and writing the pattern in April, May, maybe. But I'll show you the yarns which I have. This is Primrose Yarn Company's Adelaide. What's the color name? Hermione, I would say in Finnish, but I suppose you pronounce it, is it Hermione in English? Very pale cream with a bit of green and pink in it. This will be the lace part, and then I'm going to stripe it with these, with that purple and pink. And I actually dyed that pink and that purple. Yeah, and these are all single ply merino yarns. Side note, I couldn't wear mittens showing you these projects. I had to wear these. Pompuloi fingerless mittens, my pattern, free on Ravelry. But my hands, fingertips, are getting numb. It was -14 Celsius, which is 6.8 degrees Fahrenheit. It was that cold this morning. The sun is now behind that hill. It is -5 degrees Celsius. I wrote it down how much it is. It is 23 Fahrenheit. And my fingertips are getting numb. Come on, sun, warm me up a bit. Anyway, Hanna wrap will be on the needles in April, May, maybe. And there will be a pattern. And hopefully, after I have knit mine, I would really love to have a few test knitters for that wrap. So if you are interested, after you have seen that second one and I have the pattern available, I will ask again on Instagram and on my next podcast episode. So I showed those, and that's the FOs, active whips. I started knitting the porttitakki coat with the tons of minis and leftovers which I have, and I have done it this far. That's the front. and the back. And I'm using the same pattern which is on my Advent Mania scarf, which is free on Ravelry. So this is the Field of Stars side. This is the front side on this sporttitakki coat. And that's the wrong side, the Minimissoni chevron stripe side. So this is the back side, inside side. I should make the sleeves next. But this is back and forth knitting, and sleeves will be knit in the round. So I'm not quite sure if I want to have the same pattern on the sleeves or maybe something else. There will be pockets, as you can see, the pockets will be there. And the closing, I haven't decided how to do the closing. Maybe with big buttons, or those, are they clasps? Those Norwegian type metal. Do you call them clasps or something else? Maybe those, or just big buttons. But I don't have to decide that yet. And I still have plenty of yarn for the sleeves. There is one of my botanically dyed sock blank. There's this pretty rouva silmusolmu. Merinosukkis, was it? Yes, merinosukkis yarn, which I will use for the sleeves, and then some of these colors. I should have plenty still. So that's my active whip. Then I have another active whip. Maybe I should say it's not Christmas, but maybe I should say ho ho ho, because it's living inside this Christmas suitcase, which I got in one of, I think it was Spicy Homemaker Melissa. We did a Christmas swap maybe 2 or 3 Christmases ago, and I got this from her. And I'm knitting Planina wrap. This is my second wrap. I gave the first one to a dear friend of mine, and this will be mine. I'm using single ply merino yarns, leftovers and one skein wonders. I have some yarn tags here. I don't have the tag of this yellow, but I know it is Primrose Yarn Company's Adelaide in Penny Copper Dreadful. This purple one is also Primrose Yarn Company, but I have lost the tag, so I can't tell you which is the color name. That one is Italian Colori Naturali. I have lost the tag of that too. It's nature dyed, but I don't remember the color name or with which nature material she used for dyeing that dark chocolatey brown color. I think I have yarn skein of, is it? No, that's not it. Oh, it has to be, no, that's not it. This one. Yes, that one is Louhittaren luola in colorway Kuningatar. Then that wonderful red color is Rouva Silmusolmu. Was it Kapare? Yes, Kapare. I love that red. Then that one is it? Jep. Louhittaren luola. Ympynen. What was the color name? Munakoiso. I don't have yarn tag of this purpley color, but I'm almost 100% sure that it's Kässäkerho Pom Pom's Munakoiso colorway. And that's the penny. Penny, dreadful penny. And that one, that pink, is, I'll show it this way because this is so small tag and my fingers are really numb. I need to drink a huge tea mug after I have finished showing you this piece. And then I'll show you the other yarns which I have here. This is Colori Naturali red one. I will use this at some point. I haven't used it yet. And then I also have a full skein of Primrose Yarn Company's, I would say juxtapose, but I suppose you pronounce it juxtapose or something like that. So that's my active whip. I have been knitting this on knitting meetings because this is it's so easy pattern. I don't have to come home and unravel everything I had done in knitting meetings. And then I'll show you another. This will be an active knit because 2 summers ago at Jyväskylä Knit Festival, or was it even 3 summers ago, I knit Melanie Burke's on the Spice Market. I called it On the Yarn Market. I gave that pretty shawl away. My plan this year is to knit wonderful things and keep them myself, because I have so many knit-worthy friends that I keep gifting those wonderful knits to my lovely knit-worthy friends. But this time I will make another on the Spice Market because Liinu Kässäkerho Pom Pom will be moving to new premises in March, and she will have a 2-day yarn market knitting. It's not a festival. It's in Finnish. It's called Superviikonloppu. I think I have talked about Super Weekend because I think this is the 3rd time, or even could it be 4th time she's having it. So I want to start knitting that on the yarn market shawl when it starts. And I'll show you the yarns which I will be using. This will be the main color. Rouva Silmusolmus. New color called Capri. So this will be the main. And I will be striping with this same leftover from my Hanna wrap. This is also leftover, this pearly grey, but I don't remember which yarn this is. And then I dyed 4 blue colors. So it will be tealy bluey, aqua, turquoisey color on the yarn market shawl. Oops, I dropped, as I always do. Got it. Let's put this back in this tea towel. I'm not sure if I've shown you this bag before. I did a swap 4-5 years ago with someone from the UK. I think she lived in Bristol, and she sent me this goofy tea towel, and I made a project bag out of it. I put tassels, which I love. So that will be my my active whip before the Hanna wrap. And that's the whips. Then I have other things. I have been a bag lady again. I have made 3 different kinds of bags. This is my dodgy gym bag. I knit it with Norwegian wool, and then I threw it in the washing machine because I wanted to felt it. I'll show you the bottom. That's the really dodgy part. See, I didn't have any pattern. I just made it, and it turned out quite fun looking. And I have my gym shoes and water bottle and gym gloves and towel in here. So that's the first. And there's my original member club pin. So that's the first. The second one, this is not dodgy. This is my souvenir from Scotland. I had 3 pieces of Harris tweed fabrics, and I made this fun looking, very simple. I didn't use any pattern, I just made it with the fabric pieces which I had. There are 6 pieces, 6 different kinds. That's the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, the handles, and then the 6th one is that blue. And I used every single bit, as you can see, and I even had to use, because I ran out of yarn. This is Marimekko fabric piece which I had in my fabric stash. So this is my Scottish souvenir fabric project bag, and this lovely piece, I got this from Starry Eyes Ali. Ali lives in Kent and works in South London, and I think she said that there's an art gallery on the other side of the road of the place where she works, and she got that cute little piece, art piece, from that art gallery. So I wanted to sew it on this because Alice's parents are from Scotland, so I thought it would be so suitable. So that's my second, and this is my last bag. I used the same technique as I did with my hubby's blanket. Double thread, single crochets. I used every little piece of leftover yarn. I used mainly single ply yarns, but also sock yarns. Now I'm lying. I used triple thread. Yes, because I remember at this section here I had 1 sock yarn skein thread and 2 single ply threads, so triple thread. But I think I used 5mm hook, the same hook size with which I used with hubby's blanket. But this is my market, yarn market or grocery shopping bag. And that's it. Then one more other things. I have to put my fingers inside here. Ooh. Come on, son, help me a bit. I talked about the knit along. I got lots of wonderful ideas about the knit along, or make along actually, because with my make alongs you can knit, crochet, bead, bake, sew, to do somersaults or whatever, do whatever you want. And there were lots of fun, really fun and cool ideas. And I really loved 2 ideas. The Summer Olympics which will be held at the end of July, early August in Japan, unless the coronavirus says something else. Hopefully not. But anyway, the Olympics theme sounded wonderful, and local theme also. So I thought I would combine those two ideas, and I thought we could have Summer Olympics MAL during July 1st, August 9th. I think the Olympics start maybe July 23rd, but it lasts only, Olympics lasts like 2.5 weeks, which is quite short for a make-along. So therefore I thought that we could start at the beginning of July and end it when the Olympics end. And you could knit, crochet, sew, bake, jump up the hills, do whatever which have something to do with Summer Olympics in Japan. It can be Japan related, sports, summer sports related, or and local to you related, because I want to have wide variety of things you could do. So how does that sound? Leave a comment on the episode thread on Ravelry Hanna from Sheep's Alley and say what you think about this. And yes, I think that's all. Yes, we have covered everything. I will be podcasting again in 2 months' time at the end of April. Yes, sometime at the end of April. Be nice. Don't be too afraid of the coronavirus, but remember to wash your hands so that you won't get it. And I think that's it. Happy knitting, crocheting, and I'll see you at the end of August.